Hello everyone, this presentation is for exploring the effect of an OER creation activity on students' learning experiences in game coding. My name is Yu-Tung from North Carolina A&T State University. The course is Yu-Chun from Rowan University. Open educational resources are defined as learning, teaching, and resource materials in any format and medium that resides in the public domains or are under copyright that have been released under an open license. OER can include full courses, instructional materials, textbooks, slides, videos, audios, tests, etc. OER provides a huge potential for educators to include these materials in their courses in various ways, helping reduce learning costs, expand the accessibility, improve learning quality, and ensure inclusive education. Open educational practice was defined as involve students in active constructive engagement with content, tools, and the service in the learning process. According to various contexts, the definitions of OEP include the use of OER and the creation or reuse of OER in teaching and learning process. More than only adapting open educational resources for classroom use, OEP refers to learner-driven practice and the process that allows students to take the materials offered to them in the classroom and make something more from them. OEP can support students' agency, social constructivist learning, and knowledge sharing. Research indicates that when the integration of OER and OEP allows students to transition from passive consumers to active creators, which positively influences their motivation and attitudes toward learning. Several studies demonstrated that adopting OEP in class can help improve student motivation, engagement, and participation, which contribute to better knowledge achievement and academic outcomes. Even though several studies showed OEP can lead to significant effects on learning outcomes, a meta-analysis found that the impacts of OER and OEP varies based on course subject, educational level, and the geographical context. Computer programming has been included into computer literacy education in many countries in the last decade. Regarding the computer programming education, the majority of OER and OEP studies primarily focuses on the use of open educational resources, such as software, educational games, etc. There is a lack of research exploring the adoption of OER creation tasks in programming courses. Therefore, in this study, we aim to conduct a project-based OER creation activity and investigate its effects on student learning experience in learning computer programming. The research questions include, does the OER creation activity increase students' perception of open educational resources? What are the effects of the OER creation activity on students' self-assessments in learning computer programming? Does the OER creation activity influence student motivation in learning computer programming? The study was conducted at HBCU. The participants were the undergraduate students in the game design course. The data was collected via online survey, including student backgrounds, perception of OER, student motivation, and student self-assessment of computer programming. Quantitative method was adopted for data analysis. The research is one group pre-test, post-test design. The experiment was conducted in a game design course. The duration of the experiment is 3 weeks and 3 hours per week. In the first week, the students took the pre-test survey first, and the instructor provided introduction of OER and the computer game coding. In the second and the third week, the students were asked to work on the OER creation project for learning computer game programming. By the end of the third week, the students took the post-test survey. In the OER creation project, the student task included design the practice computer game coding examples by themselves, develop OER instructional materials, apply the Creative Commons license to their materials. The valid participant data includes 30 male students and 11 female students. Around 80% of the students have basic computer programming skills. Finally, all of the participants are African American. For the research questions, the pair sample t-test method was adopted. For research question 1, we found that there was a significant differences in the perceptions of OER before and after the activity. For research question 2, we found that there was a significant differences in the student self-assessment of understanding computer programming knowledge before and after the activity. For the research question 3, the results showed that there was no significant differences in the interest and the enjoyment in computer game programming before and after the activity. Additionally, the result found that there was no significant change in the pressure and the tension towards computer programming before and after the OER activity. Finally, there was also no significant differences in the students' perception of the value and the usefulness of computer programming before and after the activity. Overall, the study showed that the project-based OER creation activity could significantly enhance students' perception of OER and self-assessment of computer programming knowledge. However, the project-based OER creation activity was not able to significantly increase students' interest, enjoyment, and the perception of the value usefulness toward computer programming. Additionally, the project-based OER creation activity also could not significantly decrease students' pressure and attention towards computer programming. There are some possible attributions. First, the difficulty in understanding algorithm and the coding language can lead to frustration and a lack of motivation. The creation of OER needs the extra skills integration and may make them perceive overload in learning. Next, the impact on motivation may vary depending on the student's personal interest in the subject or relevance of the career they are interested in. Finally, regarding computer programming, research indicated that students are often motivated by external factors such as stipends, work experience, and resume enhancement, rather than the intrinsic value of the coding tasks themselves. Thank you for watching this video.